Hello and welcome to the Treeberry Memorial Library, bookstore, and of course, the wonderful location that is our studio, aka Speedster Studios. Before we begin tonight's presentation, we are here to also show off what I proceed to think of everything that happened beforehand, i.e., suddenly Spike talking about the reverence of the crystal ponies. I have to laugh at this, for all we know, the crystal ponies just look sparklier and maybe have higher endurance. After all we saw was them getting a shiny new coat for more action figures. My apologies, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. What's more, we also are proud to discuss one other thing, and that is the crown thinking comment from Pinkie Pie, when Twilight had only said the word crown thinking because she was upset, perturbed, and missed at the moment, and decided to summarize. I am also quite curious and quite mortified and quite peeved, if one were to allow for such vulgarity, that somehow no pony realized that Celestia and Lunam just might actually be, in fact, normal ponies before they became unicorns. After all, they had seen that magic before with Twilight. Not to mention, Celestia had already told them that yes, she was disconnected, that only Twilight and her friends were connected to the elements. Someone such as Rarity could see that. How can you make this up? How could you miss that when it was established in the second season? Now that is out of the way, we present to you now Rarity doing her monologue from Trypich, as provided by one Rarity Bell. Music and background accompanying score is provided by one Sweet Tea Bell. Sweetie would like to remind you that the tie is actually silent. It's just the T. When asked, Sweetie Belle said it just sounded adorable and cool. The stage, of course, is made by one Apple Bloom, and the curtains is, of course, orchestrated by one Scootaloo, who then immediately gave it over to Rarity because Rarity did not like the color. Enjoy. Rarity steps onto the stage, dressed in a long, flowing evening gown with sequins all over the place, diamonds along the end of the dress, accentuating the little purple florals. She fixes up her mane, which is done in a remarkable bun, as she allows her magic to flow over before putting her hoof to her forehead. She lets out a gasp as she looks towards the stage lights and whispers, "They do not hear, do they, the princesses? When we say our vows, invoke their names, swear upon and by them, they do not know. And I have been thinking about that for some time. If it is possible to continue swearing upon them now, or I could swear upon it all, and Reddy then closes her eyelashes, puts her hoof to her forehead, and swoons. I hate this mission. She then slams her hoof onto the stage floor. I hate what it is taking from us! To call Luna any level of friend. I was proud of that. I still am. But I had thought of it as a point of special pride to be the passing a quite ounce of. She takes 3 deep breaths, looking inward and then outward, tears coming to her eyes as she stares up into the starry sky. I shall say it. A goddess. Twilight, as the student of the deity, to her divinity, marry into her family. And, tears began to streak down her cheeks. For Twilight to have... Oh, I am so sorry, Twilight. I am. I swear to you, I shall never say this again, because I know it would hurt you, and I never wish you to see you suffer from that wound from my hold a second time. For Twilight, who have become divine. Also accompanying Rarity is one Pickamania Diane Pie, and coming live from the island that Applejack refuses to tell us where she is, Applejack, talking Pie TV, plus one Twilight sparkled.
Oh, whoa, Rarity! Your white horn has stabbed me so in the heart. I
Rarity cried, holding her hoof up and shaking it as if defying the gods.
kiss the hooves of the princess because it let me touch divinity. A divinity which was never there. For how she must have felt in the presence of my devotion. Did I wound her? For she is but a normal pony with a different shape. One who has no power to hear my invocations. Even in the most desperate of times, I called upon them.
She shakes her hoof once more, anger coming from her lips, and nothing happens. Nothing can happen.
And having learned they become aware of long after the need was not met as a new wound, a crisis that they could not intervene in, lives they could not save, or ponies believed.
And she wept. She wept while Noriko went to her side and the others closed in. Let presence press against fur as their own tears came. But when it had been formed, there was but a gap.
What do I believe in?
Rarity whispered, tears flowing down her eyes even harder, not ruining her mascara because there ain't no way Rarity's gonna ruin her makeup for this scene.
What did I ever believe in? What can any of us believe in? We offer up our prayers, and they do not hear. Is there anything which hears at all? Are there even Shadowlands waiting us when we die? Do the fire plains and grass fields hold our loved ones, waiting for that final reunion? Or is there simply nothing? Darkness, without even the awareness of that dark. A stop to all we ever were. And when the last pony who knows to say our names goes into the dark,
She gasps.
We are gone. Really gone. I survived my dresses, mothering in a museum where no pony ever bothers to glance at the dedication to luck. You are bearers,
Twilight said, her words as helpless as the gentle strokes of her hoof through soaked mane.
No pony is going to forget you.
Sefla Hurricane! The two words counter-stopped her. The tears were coming faster now.
Two names,
Rarity said, holding up her hoof, regretting that she doesn't have fingers to hold it up.
I never knew she had you. I see her merely as a character in a play, all bluster and arrogance. We know nothing of what she was really like, only that she was honesty and my faith is gone, Twilight.
She cries into Twilight's shoulder.
I have nothing left I can believe in. Or what is what this mission has taken from me?
She crosses her hooves over her breast and falls back before standing up again and swooning again.
I have no faith, no hope for the persistence of memory. Stories may last, but they will become distorted over time. Will I be nothing more than a character in a play to be performed in front of every schoolhouse on eternity? So will the audience be made to see me, pompous, egotistic, caring only whether her hose stay clean, with no mention of my actual phobia. No faith in divinity or memory or friends.
They all stop breathing.
Unity!
Twilight surged with the first gulp of oxygen. She was able to temporarily seize.
We're right here! You are!
More miserable than any pony had ever heard of her. All of them wishing for it to come from that frequently misplaced sense of drama. And every pony fully aware of every tenth bit of it was true.
I need Twilight.
Rarity reaches out and brushes her hoof through Twilight's breast fur and her floof. Before looking at Twilight's eyes, fixes up her mane to continue on.
I can identify every pony press against me, simply through warmth and breathing, the textures, the scales and feathers and fur. And here, a stronger body, there, the results of new wings, which means I am more than aware when some pony is missing. Fluttershy, I know the words hurt you as much as some of mine hurt Twilight, and I am, Rarity lowers her head, sorry, but they still must be said. She then slams her hoof against the floor and does it again. I hate these cold! She kept speaking, the soft words falling down to a gasp. I loathe him and this moment. I do not know if it was possible to ever feel this way. For this is his mission. Perhaps everything which has happened was his intent. That we would lose faith and memory and friends. At its twilight, it felt like a cue, a signal for one final body to press against her. Warmth and silent strength, the most gentle and physically powerful of them all. A presence, reminding them of a friendship unbroken. But five surrounded one, and the last would not approach. Nothing to believe in! Verity wept. Nothing! I'm no pony! Nearly six. Never truly six. Always seven. No matter what any pony wishes to believe. But now it is six, Twilight, because she is right there listening to all of it, and every moment of her steel sea notes gives me a agreement that it is six, or ever six. Perhaps was never seven to begin with, and as time passes, it will become five, then four, and then time will dismiss us as it counts its way down two. Applejack pops up on the TV, hearing the splashing. Ah, I'm not gone yet. Applejack, let's take it now. It could take more than before this ends, but rarity, talk to rubbing her forehead as he's trying to read the script. Here's something here's me, something at CS, I believe the ground my hooves and the contract and ellipses. I can't ask you for much. Can't ask any pony for much more. Maybe not even my own kin. Not after this. I sure can't ask you to believe. And nothing is something you've never heard. But I, ellipses, just want you to, ellipses, understand that I'm hurting too, period. And it took this, almost everything, and I, ellipses, need time, every pony. Please, it hurts, and I need time, ellipses. The seven remained still with the wire. There seemed to be very little need to move. When Brandy took another deep breath and tried again, as she rubbed her hoof along the TV screen. Will you wear your heart again? No. I am putting in a request as a piece of thousand advice into the palace. Brandy held her hoof to her heart, tears flowing down her face. I believe you all remember what happened when you ignored my intentions for your garments the first time. Starkly, don't disturb, don't wear it. But I suppose you would let me know. No, well, Applejack said, putting her hoof against the screen and looking teary-eyed at Rarity. When it stops hurting. Eventually, the pony pile separated, perhaps only physically. Very well, Rarity said, running her hoof through her mane. I believe I shall require some extra time to fasten myself before dinner. Please do not be surprised if I'm somewhat late to the table, and if you will make my excuses for me, should such become necessary, I would be ever grateful. There is something other than myself which needs a few fixing touches before it becomes presentable. The tears ran down like rain. As the rain came harder, the wind blew hard. An inevitable constant Applejack. Every pony, even for those who do not generally use makeup. Please do your best to conceal your conscience. We do not wish any of this tea to be visible to our house. Maybe, oh, maybe we do. They all focused on her. Discord.
Tiki pets Rarity's shoulder.
He said we were allowed to get help. Local help. Indeed.
Twilight put her hose onto Pinky and Rarity and onto Applejack's TV. Indeed, all of us can get help. We just need to know where to find it.
I will be better soon.
Rarity said, hugging her friends.
All of you, thank you for listening to my monologue. Soon I may look into the sun and the moon once more and find that faith that I had lost in all Celestia and Luna. But it is not to stay. For today, I must go into the ether.
And the curtain falls. And the curtain rises as Rarity, Twilight, Pinky, and the TV that Applejack's in all bow.
Woo! Bravo! For Mistletoe! Vinity! Vinity! Woo!
I start throwing roses onto the stage. And of course, Twilight picks one of the roses up in her magic and eats it.
Lunch?
And that was Rarity's monologue from the fic that we have been suffering through for the past 24 chapters, Hamatria, which I am having a feeling does not mean the word ham, but by God, did I not ham it up. And if you ask me, once again, I am having problems with this. Rarity is having a broken moment when she knows this. We have records. We have stories to tell. We know what is going on. Just because a mare played around a hurricane does not mean that we do not know what gender it is. After all, in Japan, there's a whole entire female group that plays many man roles. It is perfectly fine for that to happen. What's more, we cannot tell me that with every fiber of your being that they simply forgot that there were other bearers out there, that they had changed, but this somehow means it's an entire loss of faith? Why? Why? When there should be no reason for that. She knows 3 gods. They're all on speed dial. All she has to do is to see that, and that would help her understand that maybe they're not as defined as they think. There are records. We have seen these things. There are legends. But nope. This one moment of there were other bearers before you, and boom. It's suddenly, I've lost faith. Why? Just why? If there were 6 elements before, then that means that there were 6 other bearers out there. Woo! And there's shock. And of course, there were 7 before. Spike. Because certain writers seem to be overly fascinated with Spike. Even though I don't think the show writers give about as half as much crap as Spike as you people do. I certainly don't give a crap about Spike. Spike is a side character, and that is okay. The girls are the main characters. Deal with it. Oh, and here are the other things that are going to give some people a shock. Team Ruby is the main characters of Ruby. And on Soul Eater, there are 3 mains, not just Maka and Soul. And on Sailor Moon, it really is the girls that are the ones that kick ass, not Tuxedo Common. My apologies for breaking your hearts, but it is true. As for the rest of the fic. The rest of the chapter is just Twilight being cribbed out by you-know-who, and let's face it, I think we all are. And the chapter after that is just Twilight having a nightmare. In place of that, we will now present to you a short story. Presenting by one Rick Hammer Steele, aka my little brother. This will be short, sweet, straight to the point. Thank you. We present to you Rick Hammersteel's thoughts. Exactly what was AJ thinking during the pilot? What the others were thinking. The elements of harmony are right here! Twilight shouted as her friends came up beside her. Applejack, taking in the dusty castle, looked at Twilight weirdly. She began to think, what is she talking about? Applejack just rolled her eyes. I really don't understand any of this magic mumbo jumbo at all. I just want to punch Nightmare in the face for trying to mess with my crops. During the summer sun celebration of all lights. Who does that? Her jaw clenched in frustration.
I could go for a pizza right now,
Rainbow thought as she flew in the air.
Wish I had the chance to order something from little Celestia's before we left.
Her eyes trailed down to Twilight.
Is he gonna stop talking anytime soon? I just want to punch that Princess Wannabe in the face.
She bobbed up and down, wings flapping rapidly. Rarity frowned, glaring at the ruined castle around him. She tapped her hoof into the dusty gravel.
This place needs restoration, I swear. This castle must have looked fantastic before. At some point, just let it go to waste.
She flicked her mane.
Once Twilight is done talking, I'm going to give that Nightmare Moon a piece of my mind about this. You must send us to a final battle. At least make sure your arena looks fabulous. I'm so freaking scared right now,
Flashlight thought, trying to hide behind Twilight.
I'm in a dark, scary castle, standing in front of a dark, scary alicorn, moving through a dark, scary forest. This day could not get any worse.
She whimpered.
Why couldn't Nightmare Moon be a little bunny?
Then her eyes trailed up to a shadow in the window.
Oh, is that a bat?
Her heart stopped racing as her body settled down.
Ginkle at the gusties, ginkle at the gusties.
Pinky hummed a song in her head over and over, head bobbing up and down.
I have no idea what I'm doing!
Twilight thought in her mind. She had a mask of sternness in spite of her growing panic.
I think my new friends represent the elements. I just kind of said that using minor clues. Right now, I'm not even sure I remember the elements' names right. All I know is that if I'm wrong, we're going to be paced. Let's see. Honesty, Applejack. Though why didn't she just say Dax and Fluttershy were right below me? I'd listen. Loyalty, Rainbow Dash Tracks, as much as I want to say Eco instead. Generosity, Rarity. I can see her eyeing the castle like she wants to renovate it. Same rares, same. Kindness, Fluttershy. Poor thing's probably scared out of her mind. Pinky is randomness, happiness, laughter. No, laughter cannot be the name of one of the. Yeah, okay, I guess I'm right. Apparently, we're all glowing and stuff.
Nightmare Moon groaned as Twilight began talking. Yup, definitely my sister student. By my mother, she's going on and on. When she's going to stop so I can get rid of her. I swear she's making this stuff up on the fly. Wait, I recognize that glow. That's the glow Celestia and I used to.
Aw, son of.
And that was my dear little brother's fake thoughts. I hope you enjoyed that more than sitting through another chapter of Trypich. But on the bright side, if it makes you all feel the better, we are currently 25 chapters down. We are almost halfway there. Gantz, your approval? Yes, it seems that you are enjoying having to suffer through this. I laugh at you. Ha 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 ha.
You know, in the manga, you never talked.